Hello, my name is Sally and I am one of the makeup artists working with Look Fabulous Forever, which is skincare, makeup and hair care specifically designed for older faces. Today I want to show you how using just 3 simple products can totally enhance your base makeup and bring your face alive. Well, I've used my skincare this morning, I've used my 3 primers, and I have already got my base makeup on. So today I am wearing Continuous Cover Foundation in shade 2 mixed with a little bit of Light Look Beauty Balm in shade number 1. So I've done that. I have used my concealer in shade 2. I've used the Warm Brown Trio on my eyes, and I have used dark brown eyeliner, and I've gone over it with a little bit of chocolate. I've used Roseberry lip liner all over and Tawny Beige lipstick and a little bit of Cinnamon Kiss lip gloss. But I haven't got any colour or highlight or bronzer on my face, and that's what I want to talk to you about today. So the first product I'm going to show you and share with you is one of my favourites. It's called Instant Bright Highlight. This is a really easy product. There's only one shade, so you don't have to worry which shade to get. It's a really easy product to use. I call it my magic pen, and I get slightly panicky if mine starts to run out, because this is such a very clever product that can make a big difference to an older face. So it is a highlighter. Highlighters bring things forward, but a lot of highlighters on the market are very white and very, very shiny and shimmery, which can actually make fine lines that I've got a lot of fine lines around here. Fine lines and lifelines and wrinkles stand out a little bit more if you put too much highlight and shimmer on those. So this product was designed specifically for older faces. So it has a little bit of, it's a sheen rather than a shimmer, I would say. And it gives you dewiness. So it's a little clicky pen that you click to get the product out. So let's click away. I'm going to show you where I use it. So the first place that I love to use it is actually on the top of my cheekbones. So I like to do it in a sort of C shape, like that. So really easy to use. You just literally paint it on. You can dot it, or you can just draw a line, whatever you prefer. So what this will do will highlight the top of my cheekbone, particularly when I turn in the light. It just catches the light and therefore brings them forward. So it enhances cheekbones that maybe are a little bit more hidden as we get older. So I love to do it there. The other place that I like to do it is just underneath my brow, my eyebrow. So just on that bit of the brow bone, which will do, it will basically make my brows look sharper, and it brings forward this little bit as well, creating a bit more shape to the eye. And it's much more forgiving than using a very white, shiny highlighter. I remember doing that when I was younger, lots of white highlighter here and here, which is nice, but if you've got a few lines, it's better to use one that isn't quite so shimmery. And it's just easy because it's not a powder, it's really easy to do. So a little bit here, a little bit here. The other place I love to use it is, again, a little stripe just down the centre of my nose. Very important to blend when you've done that. You don't want to look like you've got a stripe, but what that does is it just slims the nose slightly. So if you've got a very slim nose, you wouldn't want to do that. You can also use it on your Cupid's bow. So that again brings forward, makes your that area look a little bit fuller and pouty, really good for photos. So here, I sometimes like to put it into my frown lines because it will just soften them. Light colours bring forward, so you're basically where it's gone in, where you've got a line. Some ladies like to use it on their marionette lines down here and here as well. So, but just make sure when you do that, just a little amount, and then with your finger blend it in. You can also use it, if you want to, just a little bit in the corner. I like to often use concealer here, but sometimes I just use a dab of highlighter in the corner of my eye as well, just to brighten the eye. So that's the first product I want to share with you. Instant Bright Highlight. Clicky pen, easy to use. So the second product I want to share with you is bronzer. It's called our Enduring Summer Bronze. So this is the product. There is only one shade again, so easy to choose. It looks a little bit scary, I must admit. It looks quite orangey, but it doesn't come out like that. And although it says summer bronze, I love to use it when I actually need a bit of colour as well in the winter time, as well as in the summer. So there are different ways to use this product. If you are cooler in colouring and tend to wear the cooler blushes, cooler lipsticks, I think it's nicer to do your makeup, use a little bit of powder, then use the bronzer, then use the blusher. If you are warmer, like I am, what I sometimes do is put a bit of bronzer on now, put my blusher on, and then go back and put a little bit more bronzer actually over the top of my blusher. So let's take a little bit of bronzer. I'm using my big fat powder brush number 1. It's the powder bronzer brush number 1. And what I like to do with bronzer is to basically give you a sun-kissed look, slightly sun-kissed. So this is a product you can build up. So don't put loads on the brush to start with. You can just build it up. So if you don't wear a fringe, it's quite nice to put a little bit into that hairline area, just here. You can, to make it simple, do a number 3 shape. That's what a lot of ladies do, like that. So you're basically in your temple area, cheekbone, and just on that jawline, which you can also use this bronzer a bit like a contour powder because it's matte, so it can push back and sharpen the jawline a little bit. So just like that, just quite an easy way to use it. If you've got a long nose and you want to just shorten the nose, I like to sometimes put a little bit just on the end of my nose because it pushes it back. I also like to put it on my neck, which doesn't get much sun. A little bit just to give you a bit of warmth on the neck area. So if you want to put a bit more on, you can just do it like that. Some ladies like to use the foundation brush number 3 because it's slightly angled. You can actually use it quite well to contour with the bronzer, as well as using it for foundation. It's a good one to use for the bronzer too. So that is the bronzer. As you can see, it's very gentle. It does not come out orange. You will not look orange if you wear it sparingly. It just gives you a little bit of a healthy glow if you need that little extra bit of colour, and it's really quick. The other thing that I sometimes do, although I've got eyeshadow on today, is I take a little bit of bronzer with my eyeshadow brush, number 7, and just use it here and here to give me a wash of warmth and colour on my eyes. If you don't want to wear eyeshadow, really quick, simple. When you're putting a bronzer on, boom, 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 you're done. So that's the bronzer. And as I said, if you are warmer, I'm going to use a little bit again after I've put my blusher on because I'm warmer in tone. But if you're cooler, I would just do it before blusher. So the third product I want to share with you is the Real Radiance blush. And this is the colour that I'm going to use today. It's called Peach Cream. This colour actually does suit warm and cool. And because although it's peach, it's got a little hint of pink in it. There are 6 shades of blusher in the range, and you can, if you're not sure whether you're warm or cool, go onto the website and do the colour quiz, and that will help you choose which blusher is good for you. So really important. Why do people wear blusher? It gives a pop of colour to the cheeks, makes you look as though you've just been out for a lovely fresh walk in the wind, and you've got a bit of colour in your cheeks. You look healthier, fresher, more alive. For me, blusher is essential. Mascara, blusher, lipstick, essential. And the product is really quite a unique formulation. So it's a creamy product. So you can apply it with your fingers, but it then turns into a sort of a silky powder. So it's a really effective product on older skin, because older skin is a little bit more porous and will take moisture. So sometimes if you're just putting on a powder, it can look a bit dry on older skin. So this one is cream, but it doesn't just sink in like some cream powders do, because it gives you that lovely sheeny powder effect after you've applied it. So I'm going to apply it with my finger. And what I like to do is go middle of my eye, slightly out, smile, apple, and slightly up, because you don't want to go too low with blusher. As you get older, the apple of your cheeks drop anyway. So I like to, and then I sweep it upwards again, just to bring just underneath where I applied the instant bright highlight, really. So it goes a bit narrower up here. And because you can actually place it with your finger, you can be really precise where you put your blusher. And you can build it up if you want a bit more colour. You can mix two colours together. I sometimes wear Desert Rose, which is slightly darker. Sometimes I mix the two together. And if you're cooler, there's Rosy Glow, which is the lightest one, which you might like to mix with the next one, which is Petal Pink, or just wear one. So what I then do is take my blusher brush, which is blusher brush number 2, hold it at the bristles, and just using a slightly swirly motion rather than too stripy. Just a little bit more colour. I instantly look a bit healthier when I've got blusher on, and it balances the eyes and the lips and the other colours that I've got on my face. Such a quick way to give you life back to your face, blusher. So what I'm now going to do is to take my bronzer again and the blusher brush this time and just go over it. Just because I'm warm, I can do that. You sort of see the effect I'm doing is like a teardrop, raindrop. I think raindrop's not as sad as teardrop, is it? Don't want a teardrop. And so I've got the highlighter, just so that when I move, you can just see that little bit of highlighting and dewiness. It makes the skin look less one-dimensional when you've got a little bit of highlighter, a little bit of bronzer and a little bit of blusher, and just brings that, enhances what can otherwise be a very slightly dull look if you just wear foundation and powder. So I hope that that has helped you, and if you've not tried any one of these 3 products, give it a go and see how that can just lift your face from a sort of a flat base to an enhanced base. If you've got any questions or any comments, we would love to hear from you, and I look forward to seeing you again really soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.